I can't believe what's happening. You probably won't believe it either. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. Alright, now in this video, we're going to be talking about multiple different reports that have recently hit the wire that you probably need to know about, so let's get into it and work our way through these one at a time. First off, the United States is officially $31 trillion in debt. That's a big number, and that's a lot of money that'll probably never ever be paid back. Also, today we learned from OPEC, the large oil producers, that they're going to be cutting production by 2 million barrels of oil every single day. Take a simple guess. What do you think that's going to do to gas prices right here in the United States? Yep, you're right, they are going back up. Now, President Biden did announce today that they're going to be releasing another 10 million barrels of oil from the strategic reserves in November to help bring down gas prices. However, it's probably not going to help much because think of this. OPEC is going to be reducing production by 2 million barrels per day. President Biden is going to release an extra 10 million barrels. It's only going to take 5 days to eliminate that 10 million barrels that's going to be released, and then we're going to be right back to the races with gas prices going significantly higher yet again. So that was out of OPEC today, which, by the way, OPEC is the large oil producers, and they just had that announcement earlier today. So again, even though gas prices have been coming down for the last couple months, looks like that might be over for now, and gas prices might be going significantly higher. In fact, we've been hearing from a number of people over the last couple months here that we're likely going to see $100 per barrel of oil yet again, and again, gas prices going significantly higher through the end of this year and then early into next year as well. So again, we'll have to see what happens, but hopefully they stay a little bit lower, but it is not looking good right now at this time. Now next, another report that was recently released out of the CBO, Congressional Budget Office, is showing that the student loan forgiveness that President Biden announced maybe a month or month and a half or so ago is going to cost taxpayers $400 billion. Now there was another report that also came out a few days ago that actually looked at these numbers again and said it's actually going to cost $379 billion. Well, whether you're talking $379 billion or $400 billion, it's still a ton of money. To put that into perspective, the last stimulus check that we received, the $1,400 stimulus check that went out to about 85% of the population, cost a little bit under $400 billion. So in other words, what they're going to be spending on this federal student loan forgiveness is essentially the same as sending out another $1,400 stimulus check for 85% of the population like they did before. So just to put that into perspective, it's a lot of money, right? So anyway, I am not here saying anything good about it. I'm not here saying anything bad about it. I'm not taking sides with the student loan forgiveness. I'm just simply telling you that's a huge number, nearly $400 billion. Depending on which report you look at, it's either 379 or 400. Either way, it's still a ton of money, right? That is a lot of money that they're talking about right now. Now next, another report that was recently released is showing the average household right now is spending $24,000 per year just on bills, which, by the way, this is up 6% over last year. Now, let me get this a little bit straight here because I'm confused. Okay, $24,000 a year on bills, which, by the way, when I say bills, I'm meaning rent or a mortgage, utility payments, phone bills, heating, cooling, food, shelter, insurance for your car, gas for your car. I mean, the regular bills that nobody enjoys paying. $2,000 per month on average is what the average household right now is spending per year just on bills. But here's where I'm confused. Okay, let's just say that you have a fixed income beneficiary, $841 per month from SSI, or say $900 a month from SSDI, or maybe $660 a month from SSDI, maybe $1,000 a month from retirement. Again, you know what I'm talking about here. The math doesn't come out here, right? So $841 a month from SSI is about $10,000 a year. $1,000 a month from, say, SSDI is, again, $12,000 per year. Where's the rest of the money coming from? You know what I mean? If the average household is spending $24,000 a year right now on utilities and all the household, expenses, the bills and stuff like that, what about a fixed income beneficiary? Which, by the way, right now in the United States, the average household income is a little bit over $70,000. This $24,000 represents about a third of a household income, which, by the way, the $70,000 is gross income. They're not telling you that that's not take-home pay. That is gross income. Well, you're going to pay a third of that to the government in taxes, and then you're going to pay another third in bills, and then you get maybe a scrap left called a third of it left to live on. Again, does any of this make sense right now? If you've been watching the videos here on the channel for any length of time now, I've been saying this for a long time now. There's a lot of confusing things that are happening right now, and a lot of these numbers and these reports do not make sense. I'm not saying that the reports are not accurate. The reports are certainly accurate. The fact of the matter is, money is so incredibly tight right now, it's not making sense. These numbers are not making sense. I have to say, I'm not like the smartest person in the world, but I do have to say this much. I'm pretty good with numbers. That is like one of my strong points. I'm pretty good with math. I'm pretty good with numbers. And these numbers do not make sense in my head, okay? I'm a pretty logical person, and these numbers are not making sense right now. The average person right now, especially the low income and the fixed income, especially those people, and many of you here in the community that I look out for and that I advocate for, again, not making sense here, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but these numbers, again, the average fixed income beneficiary is not getting $70,000 a year from fixed income benefits. Maybe $10,000, maybe $12,000, maybe $15,000 or $14,000 if you have a higher benefit. I mean, maybe 20 if you're really, really lucky, but that's not many people at all, right? Again, the vast majority of fixed income beneficiaries are getting probably anywhere between about $8,000 and maybe $15,000 to $16,000 a year on monthly benefits. That's a major problem right there, right? So anyway, just want to throw that out there for you. Another report that was recently released. Next, if you're somebody from last year who did not receive the child tax credit payments, right now there's 4 million people who are still owed the child tax credit payments from last year. $3.7 billion on the table right now for 4 million people that did not get the money from last year. So if you're somebody who has an income as an individual, $75,000 or less, or a married couple with an income of $150,000 or less, and you have a kid that you claim as a dependent, age 17 or younger, and you did not get the payments from last year, you might want to claim that. Like I said, $3.7 billion on the table right now that was not claimed last year. So I dug into this a little bit more. The only way that you can claim this is by filing a tax return. However, quick disclaimer, this is not tax advice. This is not accounting advice. I am not your CPA. I cannot tell you what to do because I don't know your situation. But according to what I was reading on this, because I dug into it a little bit more, because I wanted to figure out how can I help you, somebody that might be eligible for this, grab your share of the $3.7 billion that's currently on the table right now. Well, according to what I was finding, you need to file a tax return for last year, 2021, in order to claim it. That's the only way that you can claim it. Which, by the way, the payments that were going out last year was an advance on a refundable tax credit, okay? So it's not like the money's going to run out. It's not like a big pool of money and it's going to be gone. That's not really how it works. They have an infinite supply of money. They have unlimited amounts of money. So don't worry about the money running out. It's still going to be there. If you were somebody that did not claim it last year, do what you got to do. Do some extra research, do whatever you need to do, talk to the necessary people, file the tax return if you need to do that, whatever you got to do. But you're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars potentially. For one child, you're talking about a lot of money. For two, now you're talking about a lot of money. $5,000, $6,000 is what you could be looking at if you're one of those people. Which other quick side note? You'll get a kick out of this one. The same report showed that last year alone, 1.5 million households collectively got over $1 billion of child tax credit payments that they were not supposed to receive. I mean, unbelievable, right? Can you believe it? This is what they're doing with taxpayer dollars. They're sending it out to households that don't even need it and or did not even qualify for it. 1.5 million households got collectively over $1 billion last year in the child tax credit payments. And did they get that money back? Highly doubt it. So anyway, just want to let you know about that, but that was another report that also came out that I thought you might find to be a little bit interesting. So with all this madness going on right now, things are changing very rapidly. We are continuously getting new reports out every single day. There's a lot of different things that are hitting the wire all the time, and I want to bring these to you every single day because honestly, like I've said before in many videos, does your local news come back and talk to you about this stuff? I highly, highly, highly doubt it. They don't come out and talk about that. Now, one other quick side note, as far as the student loan forgiveness, in early October, they were supposed to be releasing a portal. I'm going to be honest with you. I have not seen a portal yet. I've been watching around for it. I've been looking everywhere. I have not seen a portal. Maybe I've missed it, but I did not see a portal or a website yet. Back when they announced the federal student loan forgiveness, they said that there was going to be a portal or a website announced in early October where you could go and you could claim, or sorry, you could apply for your federal student loan forgiveness. I haven't seen it. So if I've missed it, please let me know down below in the comments section. I've been looking everywhere. I have not seen it. This is early October, and I have not seen anything yet. So if for some reason you've heard about it or you know about it, please let me know down below. I'll do some more digging on this. I haven't seen anything yet, but as soon as I get that portal, of course, I will bring it to you. But basically what they want you to do is they want you to apply and file for your federal student loan forgiveness basically between now and mid-November. The reason for that is it's going to take about 4 to 6 weeks for them to process your application. What they want you to do is they want you to be completely forgiven before the end of the year. Why? Well, because the end of the year is the last day, as in December 31st. That's when the federal student loan moratorium is actually going to be expiring, right? So as of 1/1/2023, as in January 1st, 2023, we're going to be looking at payments resuming. So they want you to get these applications submitted sometime between now and mid-November so that by the time the end of the year rolls around, you're completely forgiven, or at least the $10,000 is completely forgiven, and up to $20,000 for those people who have Pell Grants, right? So anyway, as soon as I get that portal, I'll let you know so you can get in there and apply for your forgiveness. Grab your share of the $400 billion, or sorry, the $379 billion, depending on which number you're looking at. But either way, that is still a crazy high number, right? That's a lot of money right there. However, it's nowhere near the $31 trillion of debt that we have collectively in this country, right? That's a ton of money as well. So anyway, as I do get more details on that portal, I would anticipate it's probably going to be released here very soon, and I'll bring all the details on that, and I'll break it all down for you, tell you exactly what to do. I will go through the process myself before I bring it to you in a video, so I can see exactly what needs to be done, what information you'll need, and how to go through the process. It sounds like it's going to be relatively simple, and there's actually some pretty good news about this as well. If you're somebody who already paid off your federal student loans within the last again, I'll have to look at the timeline on this, but it was within the last few months here, you can actually file and get a refund on that. So again, stay tuned for that. I know that there's more information coming on that, but I just read some information about it and I thought, oh, that's some pretty cool stuff. If you paid off your loan recently, you can actually get a refund back on that. So again, I'm sure there's some timelines on it. I'm sure that there's some, specifications and different information as far as when you paid off your loan and details about it, stuff like that. But of course, I'll dig all that information up and I'll bring it to you in a separate video. But these are some of the headlines I wanted to bring with you. Seriously, I know some of you might be thinking, why do we care about all this? Here's the thing. We care about all this because all of this is going to impact us in some way, shape, or form. Which, by the way, the $379 billion or $400 billion of federal student loan forgiveness, which, by the way, I know I'm coming back to this again, but according to another report, this is going to cost every single taxpayer $2,500. So, now do you care a little bit? Yeah, right? So it might be costing $400 billion, but guess who's paying for it? We are, every single one of us, $2,500 coming right out of our pocket to pay for that. So again, that's why we care about this stuff. The $31 trillion in debt, again, probably want to pay attention to that. The announcement out of OPEC today on oil production, again, probably want to pay attention to that, right? We probably want to know these things because that means the gas prices are going higher. Now next, I also did see some other headlines coming out that large retailers like Target and Walmart and some of these other big box stores apparently are going to be having some pretty big sales this month in October to unload some of their inventory. So if you're looking for a deal, if you're looking for some lower prices on things, you might want to check out some ads. You might want to check out your local stores. I did not see some specific dates when all these are going to be hitting, but I did see some announcements coming out saying these big box stores have a ton of inventory right now and they're trying to unload it. So you might be able to grab some cool deals right now on some different things. So anyway, just want to bring this to you in this video. So unbelievable. Seriously, there's so many weird stuff going on. As I've said before in other videos, literally every day when I come back and I do all this research, every day I come back and I think, what am I going to find today? I'm pretty sure I've heard everything, right? And then sure enough, we get another announcement. It's like, wow, seriously? That too? How could something else possibly be happening at this point? But you never know. This is just what's happening right now, and these are the announcements that are hitting the wire. Anyway, I'll continue watching everything closely. I do like to bring you videos like this every so often to kind of sum a bunch of different reports up all in one, as well as I bring you all the other dedicated videos that I bring you all the time as well. But I do like to bring you videos just like this so you can see what is really going on out there right now. It's crazy time, seriously. And this is only some of the headlines. If you wanted to get really deep into this stuff, I could bring you a whole nother set of headlines. that I typically don't talk about, but we could talk about some really weird stuff going on right now. Either way, I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands and thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, please have a nice day, enjoy, and I'll catch you again later in the next video.